Hey guys, I got the carrots all cleaned up. I got two of my big stock pots. This one is about 3/4 full and this one's about 1/3. And I think what I'm gonna do for now is I'm going to chop them into like the little 1/2-inch squares. I may slice in a couple jars, and I'm also going to can some baby carrots, just for some variety. Okay, I'm going to start chopping carrots. Thank goodness for my mandolin slicer and Vidalia onion chopper. These things have been a lifesaver. I'll show you how I chop a few, but I think y'all seen me do that. Okay, I'm going to start out by chopping. And this is just great big ones. I usually cut in half, otherwise I just lay them in there and chop, 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 chop away. And the pieces that you get are just little squares, about a 1/2-inch square. They're perfect. And I'll just keep adding them to my bowl. And that's what I'm gonna do with the bigger carrots for now. All right, guys, I am done. I've chopped carrots, baby carrots, and sliced carrots. Something tells me I'm gonna have both canners going again. So I'm gonna get moved over and show you the next step. Okay guys, I'm gonna do mostly pints because it's just the two of us and I can stack them double in Cinnamon Girl. If I have extra more, then I might do some quarts and get the small canner going. So let's start getting these carrots in the canner. Now, carrots are a low acid food. They must be pressure canned. And we've talked about this before. No water bath canning. Okay, I'm gonna do raw pack. I have my tea kettle with water getting hot. On the back burner here, I got my lids and rings in the hot water. And that's basically to soften up the rubber rings. And I've got canning salt. Remember, only canning salt, no table salt. So it's pints. You use a 1/2 teaspoon of salt in a pint, 1 teaspoon in a quart. So I'm going to use just a little less than a 1/2 teaspoon. It really does give it good flavor. So I'm going to add the salt to the jars. And these are the sliced carrots. Fill your jars up. Oh, and yes, it is a lot of work. This has taken me most of the day. I had a large crop. But you know what, guys? Homegrown, home canned, so much better than what you get in the grocery store. Okay, I've got my salt and my carrots in here. Gonna add the hot water. Of course, my jars, they don't have to be sterilized, but of course you want them clean. So they're still hot, they're just now coming out of the dishwasher. And remember, you're gonna debubble. Plastic or wood only. And this is my lid lifter. Okay, then you're going to bring your liquid up to 1 inch. You want to leave an inch of headspace. Remember, wipe off the top of the jar. And I'm going to use a metal lid on this one. I got my lid on here. This is a metal lid, so you're going to tighten it down to finger tight and put it in the canner. And I'll be using some Tattler, some metal lids. And remember, on the Tattlers, well, let's just do a Tattler right now. I'm going to add the hot water. Debubble. The purpose of debubbling is to make sure that you have plenty of liquid. So you go around there really good, make sure you get all those air bubbles out. And it's not uncommon to have to add more water or liquid after you've debubbled. I'll add just a little bit more hot liquid. Gonna wipe the ring, wipe the top of the jar. Get one of my Tattler lids with the rubber seal. And remember, Tattlers, you just kind of barely put it on there. And into the canner it's gonna go. All right, I'm gonna finish this up. And I know I'm gonna have 2 layers going in Cinnamon Girl. That's great, because I can get double the canning done. Okay, I'm getting ready to put the second layer of pints. Since so many of these are wide mouth, I can only get 8. Typically, this would hold 9 pints. And 2 layers, that would have made 18 pints. But I'm only going to be able to get 16 pints. But that's still a lot more than before. When you double them up like this, you have to put another one of these on. And you also need to put one on the bottom. You never put your jars directly on the bottom. Now I'll add the next layer of jars to the top of this. Alright guys, there we go. Cinnamon Girl is full. 2 layers. And the thingy that I put in there on the bottom and then between the 2 levels, of course, is called a rack. So you got to put a rack in there. And now we're going to put the top on. Over here is the notch, and the arrow on the lid is right here. I'm going to set this down. I had also put a light layer, very light layer of olive oil around the edge, because remember, what's so nice about these All-American canners is it does not have a rubber gasket. It's metal on metal. All right, now to put the lid on, remember we turn it until these line up. Then you're not going to tighten, you're going to go opposite each other and bring these wing nuts up all the way around. Just lightly tighten them down so they'll stay in place. And then go around again opposite and tighten it down. And then it's going to sit here until, here's the steam vent, until the steam, here we go, starts to vent out here and you get a steady stream of steam for 10 minutes. We'll be back. Alright guys, it's been venting that steady stream of steam for 10 minutes. Now I'm going to put it on 15 pounds pressure, and when it starts to jiggle, you know the routine, we'll start timing. Now these are pints. So 25 minutes, pints of carrots, 25 minutes. at 15 pounds pressure. On the other side over here, I got the little canner going, and I'm filling it with quarts. Quarts will be 30 minutes at 15 pounds. I'll be back when this one starts to jiggle. Okay, the weight has begun to jiggle. Now I'm going to turn the heat down where it just jiggles 3 to 4 times per minute. And once I'll be watching the pressure gauge. It's not quite at 15. I got to keep it at 15. I'm going to watch this so it jiggles. And once I get the heat regulated, then I will begin the timing. Pints, 25 minutes. The quarts over here are just starting to steam, so I've got 2 canners to watch. I'll be back. Okay guys, it's the next morning and here's what I ended up with. I just counted and forgot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 pints and 6 quarts. I had 3 pints that didn't seal. So what do? Well, y'all know me. I dehydrated them. I've got them in the, just drain the liquid off and put them in your dehydrator and let them go. So I've got them in the dehydrator now. And, or you can run them back through your pressure canner, reprocess them, or put them in the refrigerator and eat them right away. Alright guys, thanks for following me. I got to get back out to the garden. I actually have cucumbers the size of footballs. The chickens are going to love them.